Sometimes there's a mystery detectives cannot solve. Their problems only multiply, solutions just evolve. And then comes the great divide that splits things all apart. Then you need the master, a man with math and heart. He's Abacus the Great, he'll clear up all suspicion. He'll distribute, regroup, solve for X, cause he's a math magician. Add, subtract, multiply, divide, all things which he excels. Polygons, fractions, a man of many spells. The steps are simple, one by one, the numbers infinite. For help in math, both big and small, call Abacus the Great! Hello, my apprentices, and welcome back. I am your master math magician, Abacus the Great! Today we're going to be diving into subtraction, such as Matthew earned 279,654 points on a video game. His brother Jonathan earned 679,522. How many more points did Jonathan earn than Matthew? Before we dive into this problem, let's have Helix give us a little bit of an introduction.
Subtraction, all you really have to do is take away the bottom number from the top. First you take away the ones,
Then you take away the tens
from the ones,
from the tens.
subtraction.
Subtraction.
Oh, 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 oh. If the bottom number's bigger than the top one, look to the next place so you can regroup. Next you take away the hundreds,
Then you take away the thousands
from the ones,
from the tens,
from the hundreds,
from the thousands.
subtraction.
Subtraction.
Oh, 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 oh. If you're trying to regroup and the next is zero, keep on going, you need at least a one. Next is the 10,000s,
Then the 100,000s
from the ones,
from the tens,
from the hundreds,
from the thousands.
10,000s,
100,000s.
subtraction.
Subtraction.
Oh, 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 oh. Keep on going for all of the places. The answer at the bottom is the difference. You've done all your subtracting
Now your problem is done.
from the ones,
From the tens,
from the hundreds,
from the thousands,
10,000s,
100,000s.
subtraction,
Subtraction.
difference.
Difference.
Oh, 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 oh.
So good. Every time, Helix. How about we take that dive down into my computer and take a little bit closer look at this subtraction thing? Let's begin by taking a look at the very root of subtraction. It's simply the idea of taking away. So if I have 9 take away 3, if we look at our dots here, I've got 9 dots. 1, 2, 3. If I take away 3 of those, I have 6 left. So 9 take away 3 is 6. So at its very root, subtraction is simply taking one number away from another. When we get to the bigger numbers,
Hey,
what are you doing here?
I've got some sayings to help you understand subtraction.
Really, Helix?
Yeah?
All right.
Well, if you look at the bottom of this problem, all of the numbers on top are bigger.
Yeah, all of the numbers on top are bigger.
Well, if there's more on top, no need to stop. Just keep subtracting.
More on top, no need to stop. Just keep subtracting. Interesting. So if we take a look at this number here, I'm just going to keep going because all of my numbers on top are bigger than the numbers underneath it. So I can take 2 away from 6, and that gives me 4. I can take 5 away from 9. That also gives me 4. 1 from 4 is 3. Bring down my comma to separate my period. 5 take away 3 is 2.
Now remember, each of these numbers represent a place. So really, when I say 7 take away 5 is 2, that's really 7 10,000s take away 5 10,000s is 2 10,000s. 600,000s take away 200,000s is 400,000s. Okay, so if we continue on with this, what if we have numbers where we've got one that's bigger on the top? Helix, you got something for that?
Well, of course I have something for that.
Well then, tell me, what is it?
If there's more on the floor, then go next door.
More on the floor than go next door. I like that.
Adios, amigo. I've enjoyed teaching you.
Thank you, Helix. Okay, so if there's more on the floor, go next door. 9 take away 1 is our basic subtraction problem, but let's show what Helix was talking about. 5 taken away from 1. I have more on the floor. I can't do that. Okay, I can't take 5 away from 1. I cannot take 5 tens away if I've only got 1 10. So I've got to go next door, meaning I've got to regroup from my hundreds. I've got to take one of those hundreds, so that's now 3 hundreds, and I've got to make that 10 tens. So I now have 11 take away 5. So 11 tens take away 5 tens is 6 tens. 300 take away 3 hundreds is 0 hundreds. Bring down my comma to separate the period. 1 take away 5. Oh, I got that problem again. More on the floor, go next door. So I'm going to regroup the 2 to a 1. So I'm taking one of those 10,000s and I'm moving those 10,000 to my 1,000. So I now have 11,000s there. 11,000s take away 5,000s is 6,000. 1 take away 1 is 0. And 3 take away nothing. Basically, 3 take away 0 is still a 3. More on the floor, go next door. If there's more on top, no need to stop. Okay, one more thing we want to focus on here. What if I have a 0? Okay, got to take away 5 from 2. Well, more on the floor, go next door. But next door, there's a 0. I can't regroup a 0 if I have 0 tens. Well, that's nothing. So I've got to go next door again. It's like the little pig going to borrow a cup of sugar. He can't borrow a cup of sugar from this little guy because he doesn't have a cup of sugar. Instead, he's got to borrow from the hundreds. So I'm going to take my hundreds there, and I'm going to regroup that 100. So that's now a 0, and I made it 10 tens. But I needed to get clear back here to the 1. So now I've got to regroup from those 10 tens. And now that's a 9. Awesome handwriting there, I know. Now I've got 12 take away 5. And 12 take away 5 is 7. Now I've got 9 take away 3, or 9 tens take away 3 tens is 6 tens. Uh-oh, 0 take away 4. More on the floor, go next door. That becomes a 4. 10 take away 4 is 6. Put in our comma. 4 take away 3 is 1. 6 take away 2 is 4. So 65,102 subtract 23,435 is 41,667. Let's go back to our original problem. Okay, let me remind you what that was. Matthew earned 279,654 points on a video game. His brother Jonathan earned 679,522. How many more points did Jonathan earn than Matthew? Good job, Abacus. Thanks for that reminder. So I want to take away 279,654 points from 679,522. 2 take away 4. More on the floor, go next door. I'm going to regroup these 10s into the 1s. Now I've got 12 take away 4 is 8. 1 take away 5. Oh, more on the floor. Go next door. That becomes a 4. So I now have 4 hundreds, and I'm going to bring those hundreds into my tens. 11 tens take away 5 tens is 6. More on the floor. Go next door. 14 take away 6 is 8. Now you'll see that you can do this regrouping as much as you absolutely have to. We're going to have to regroup for just about every number here because 9 again is more on the floor than the 8. So I'm going to go next door. Now that's 18. That gives me a 9. 6 take away 7. We have more on the floor again. So we're going to go next door. 16 take away 7 is 9. And 5 take away 2 is 3. So he scored 399,868 more points. How about we take it away to the student question for this episode? This week's question comes from Caitlin.
I know one. What's 12 times 12?
Ooh, tricky, tricky. 12 times 12. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144. Hey, let's take a look at that area model. If you notice here, I have 12 that direction, and I have 12 that direction. If I were to count each of these individual squares, which if you would like to pause and count, you can prove it to yourself, but I promise you, there are exactly 12 per row, which means we can count down that skip counting I just did. Count with me if you want to. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120, 132, 144. 12 times 12 is 144. Thanks for that tricky, tricky question, Caitlin. How about we take it away to a little bit of magic? All right, time for a little bit of magic. You ready? I want you to think of a number between 1 and 9. You got it? Okay, now take that number and multiply it by 3. So you've thought of a number, 1 to 9, multiplied it by 3. Now, add 6. So you've thought of a number, multiplied it by 3, added 6. You ready? I want you to divide that by 3. So you thought of a number, you multiplied it by 3, you added 6, and then you divided by 3. Now I want you to subtract your original number. So you thought of that number from 1 to 9. You've multiplied it by 3. You've added 6. You divided by 3. And now you're subtracting that original number. You ready? Your answer is 2. Huh? That's it for this week's episode. Until next time, as always, make sure your math is magical. Hey guys, if you enjoyed my video, be sure to
Thumbs up.
or you could.
Hit the bell to subscribe.
Okay. If you want to practice some of today's questions, there's a link down below. If you would like to record your own question for Abacus the Great, you can go to flipgrid.com/abacusthegreat. Or you can reach out to me through email, abacusthegreat2020@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, guys.
Bye.